You know what's freaking happening? It's gone! They took my sticker away. There's the sticker. They did a bunch of update stuff, including the new paid membership situation. Which, while I probably won't do, because I'm not really one to care too much about cosmetics, I appreciate the fact that in order to do that stuff, it's just cosmetic things. So theoretically, I could read over this. I think I shan't, and we will learn in the process. However, there was like one thing, the salamander. The salamander now only works one time per turn, even at level 3. Which, I mean, agreeable. It is the salamander. Was he too strong? I would have to probably agree with that concept that yes, mayhaps the salamander was way too strong. But now he's a stinky baby. Which means, like, I guess at tier 2, maybe he was supposed to be a stinky baby from the start because, like, that he was freaking statted as hell from the beginning, but at least get it, like, 3 triggers per turn, increase it with level, something. Only if they included a lollipop. But even just without the lollipop, I feel like just the pure amount of damage you can get was still pretty decent. Like, he, like, fell off a little bit, but then if you just throw someone in there who can scale health, it comes back up, you know? He had a rise and shine situation. So I haven't heard anything about this weekly, though. This is my first time seeing it. I do not know if there is a theme. Chipmunks are beefy. I will take 2. Thank you. I would have taken a 3rd, but the game is stinky and they said nay nay. How about something that basically kind of looks like a chipmunk? A beaver. They're like cousins. It's a family reunion up in here. Dizzy herbs, insolent scholars, low-key arms. Low-key arms. Dizzy arms? The arms were spinning too much. It's not physically possible. Arms don't have brains. You're either muscular or smart. That's the black and white situation of life. We win because of the muscularness, which is what I have chosen. Tasty and delicious. You may have 2 seahorses, but don't spend them all at once. We've only got limited finances happening here. Continue with the battle. Simply go to war, please. We have our very decorative hats. They have Christmas hats, but it's not Christmas, it's Halloween, so they're 2 ahead of time. We, on the other hand, are always festive. Feathers are always beautiful and delicious. No! Because they had a ball or something with toys matter and stuff? Boof, my dude. Do toys matter and stuff? That one guy gives a toy. I said no to him because he has low statage. I guess I could have considered 1 millisecond longer, but that takes like a whole millisecond extra amount of thinking. Normally I do enjoy leveling on turn 3. However, I will not have nearly enough money to actually buy anything that I get, so it'd be a waste here. So instead, we're going to make this super summoner, Beluga Sturgeon, who continues to be not a shark, I think, despite the fact that I keep thinking, actually, yes, it's a shark. Just by the law of super auto pets, sharks are not allowed to be so high up, you know? Sharks are not legally allowed to be tier 1s or 2s, they're only tier 5s and 6s, as are whales or something. No, whales are tier 4. Okay, well then, the leaderboard is in fact non-existent. So then you'd be like, we'll just wait till tier 5, and I would be like, I'm not that patient. Have you met me? Did this guy give the health out that he promised? I wasn't actually paying attention. I hope he did. I'm going to assume he did. I'm going to be making 1 large beluga sturgeon because he's the coolest dude in town. He is too strong. They ought to be like freaking nerfing the salamander, who is strong. But this man, he himself, to the end game, I believe it. Almost every time, in fact, I feel like I buy him. So much so. I don't know. Do we have tools that matter? There's only meat bone followed by garlic. And there's melon in the future, but that's not, I'm not gonna wait for it. But you know what? Actually, he's lame. He represents scaling, which you just gave us. It could have been more if I had waited. He also represents a level in the future, but look at this beluga sturgeon. Look at his fun little face in his existence that includes dolphins rapidly. Okay, your meat bone is horrible. But the only summon this man has is 1 singular bee, which my own bee could have easily defeated, let alone my dolphin. I don't fully understand why they put rice on the dolphins. That feels like it makes literally no difference or sense. I haven't done this in a while. I haven't even seen a hippo in like a millennium. I'm gonna take this hippo and I'm gonna say double scale him. I could sell the seahorse and do like a 1-turn double scale and hope it matters, but maybe just less of this and more of this. And you can get back there because nobody cares about you. You can get stronger because strong is all we want from you to begin with. Pill and sell to extra gold later on. Doesn't that feel weird though? Because you'd have to get maximum value out of that, you'd have to have 2 open spaces. and then you'd be killing your guy. So I guess you could have multiple dolphins that have rice cakes on them. It just feels like when it's so late in the game that would matter, that you'd be like, yep, let's kill this man. Your spaces should be relatively filled. I feel like you got other problems going on there, my dudes. Absolutely. If only the guy I actually cared about was leveled such that he could receive these beautiful buffs, but what if I just did this? Croissant. Considering that, what about Doberman Pipit? Valid. In that case, the dolphins have rice specifically for the purpose of Doberman. That's a cause I can get behind, making the Doberman in any way something that seems like it's easier to actually have do things. He killed 2 dudes! He killed 3 dudes! He's gonna kill the entire squad! Level 1 Hippo for being coolest guy in town. And it only took 3 turns of really caring and giving him things. I kind of think him having more damage is better than Salt even. Like, he's going against some under tier 4s, but even so. And I definitely could have taken a Bison, but I'm like, I don't have enough brain power to have multiple of dudes who matter. You know, he matters, the Bison matters, the Buffalo, which is actually what I'm talking about, matters. No, I keep forgetting these guys' 2's names. The Buffalo, yes. I cannot have more than one, despite the fact that you would think that actually sounds pretty cool. You should totally have more than one. You know what? You? Stinky. This and this. So now the penguin is only scaling this guy, but if we had gotten another one, he could have been scaling both of them at once, which does nothing, but would have been kind of funky. We're just kind of going with Hippo, simply carry. I don't know what he thought was going to happen when he joined this team, but the answer is that he has to win everything, or he's the fault. No, that was the perfect amount of health to lose. It's too spicy. It is spicier than plain white bread, which is as spicy as I could physically handle. Dang! Dude, one freaking alligator. A baby alligator at that. I don't know if he's a baby or just born small, but he doesn't look intimidating. But I would accept one of your toys. Instantaneously, give me something cool to eat. I almost never actually agree to use this dude's extra things, because I don't know, I think I just don't care for it that much. But there's already melons in the pack. So I think I'm gonna keep doing what I normally do, which is ignore the fact that he's got other options. I could give someone a garlic, but I don't care that much. You all stinky. So much so that I don't want a single one of you. In fact, I could even consider just buying a meat bone. Okay. Theoretically, the dog is done eating. I'm gonna let the cat out real quick. She's meowing hot fire. Tune in next week for Jester's new album. It's called She Screams at Door. The second track is called Please Mother, Why Do You Forsake Me? She is out of the room now, so we are alone. Now that we're alone, let's pop off the real skills. The skill is called Have a Koala for almost literally no reason. That's what I was keeping secret this whole time. I didn't want her to know about it, but now we all know, but you gotta keep that still. Other people are gonna start running the koala. Frick! They immediately found out about the strat! It's have this guy for stupid reasons, because koala's a piece of trash. Even with the ox, which is the only reason he exists, I feel, to go behind the guy who hits himself and then gets damage, he's still stinky. They're too strong for my mortal soul. They out here playing frickin' chess while I'm playing 2D checkers. More toys to replace the toy that hasn't even broken yet? I would do that tomorrow, but not today, I think. Finally a level. They changed Lionfish. I saw his name. What does it change? 3 damage to 1 random enemy. Repeat for each 10 attack that has. That sounds the same. Is this changed? 6 damage to 1 enemy. Repeat for each 10. 9 to 1 enemy. I was pretty sure Lionfish was named in the changes, which I would assume would mean that he would get a nerf because he was too strong. Was it just deal 4 damage? Was the Lionfish's change literally just 1 less damage per thing? 4, 8, 12. Okay, so it like scaled how not as good it was. That doesn't sound too shabby. That sounds quite nice still, in fact, I would say. This guy plus that guy also sounds quite tasty. 25%, and does that escalate? I don't know who you are or what you stand for. Here it is, 50-75. I don't have the ability to scale damage. Can I buy damage? Can I use my economic abilities? There is hot dogs. Well, you know what? I don't think this man is amazing. However, I have never run him before, and we do have a dude who summons multiple things, so just in the name of this one thing possibly being cool, I'm gonna let it ride. Tomorrow, I'll take this. This does make sure that we cannot have that guy. That is fine. I did not care for him that much anyhow. I wish that I could take 2 toys. I cannot. Tomorrow we have the melon, and then you may join the party for 1 second, and then the giraffe can literally get out of my face. He never belonged on this party. Ooh, I wish I could buy you so much that I think I just will. There he is. And he gets temporary— you know what? This man deserves a carrot. If anyone did deserve a carrot that I saw in my day and age, I would say it was that man, as well as the other guy. Your melon is not here till tomorrow. Stanker. He killed 2 dudes. That is kind of a little bit of a hefty giraffe there, but it's still fine. Tasty. He's only giving 2 to people, which is kind of cruddy. Which feels weird because you're a tier 6. It would take a little bit of effort, I would say, to get this man to actually be doing things. Something cool. Scaling. Scaling is cool. We love that. And then you have this. And then one of these 2 things could be cool. This guy gives damage out. That's literally all he does. But how can I say no to this? He summons 3, so he can be here, and that is fine. Are there crocodillas? There are not, which means that him being in the back is theoretically no more or less dangerous than him being somewhere else. You guys don't matter? This matters a lot. I kind of wish I had more scaling food. I'm a little afraid that this guy could get hit and killed by literally any sniper that exists in the game, if they had any. That was the worst thing that could happen. You perfectly placed Seahorse. He wasn't even in the back, was he? It looked like he moved. Stinkin'. The hippo completely wrecked the field, so that like didn't matter literally at all, but it was still an inconvenience. It wasn't actually. It felt like an inconvenience, and I don't even like feeling like I might theoretically be inconvenienced right now. I think that the tiger is still better than him though, so I'm not even gonna like give him the levels. His levels will come if they may, but I'm not gonna like put too much effort in there. Our penguin's actually scaling 2 dudes, so that's pretty funky. He's not leveled. He kind of stinks. My scaling stinks, my food stinks. And yet? Have you considered and yet? The enemy just hasn't found their status yet, so I think Hippo just might be like victory on a platter, I would say. Perhaps a golden one. And now he's even more delicious. I would sell this penguin for anything that seems kind of cool. There's a second one of that, but that's not what I was talking about. It has to be this turn. I could sell him for a second tiger. Big Hippo is so good. He's literally like insane, actually. I feel like I haven't run him in forever, but he was like the OG insane guy. This behind himself does not function, I assume. I feel like there's no physical way in which that would happen in like a way that is anywhere fair. Most guys specifically say if that's not true though. I could put it behind him, in which case he would summon more dudes, but then I cannot afford those men. So I guess we're just doing penguin for 1 more turn. A skunk. Melons is also cool, but the dude who I would like to have one already has one and has a friend behind him already. He already has his little synergetic buddy. Ouch, I didn't care. Honestly, penguin, you've done your job. Your job was to take this hit, and we love you for it. I'm so sorry, enemy team. It seems like the answer to life and existing and being cool is just have a large hippo. At this point, is it even fun, or am I just like I'm just hitting all the key points and I'm kind of bored about it, you know? None? Yes, 1. This technically could be more important. Dragon is scaling and gorilla is a thing that is cool. I don't think this dude— okay, our Sturgia Beluga, what the hell? His dudes don't matter so far, they matter minimally. This guy is not really scaling because I have no scaling and I've not been actively scaling him. I think I'd sell this dog. What did you kick out? A bee. That's fine. Dolphins actually be doing stuff the one turn I say that I could actually maybe get rid of some of these things. You can have this because I don't want you to die, especially more. Him, I think, doesn't matter that much. Like, he's scaling himself, but you know what? Maybe I'd consider just putting this bird on here, if nothing else. Friendly to our repeats ability is level 1. This matters minimally. This matters a little bit more than minimally. Kill the baby guy. Maybe the baby guy is like, I don't know, their skunk. That's not going to be helpful because he's probably already going to use his ability before that goes down, but still. At least we could consider it. We could give some skewers out. Or we could just have this bird. We have 2 different snipering abilities, a sword and a bird. A bird with a sword. He has to swing his head violently in order to actually hit anything, which seems like it might confuse him a little bit. But he is trying his gosh darn best. No! Defeated by their own hippo? It's too far gone. It's too far gone. As soon as he kills one dude, it's impossible. They're doing what I'm doing, but they have like a dude in the back that's a gorilla. Spicy. You can't really say that it's a huge negative because I was doing the same thing, so we're both kind of equally horrendous, I would say. You killed the scaling too fast, I think. Too fast. What if I just simply bought more scaling then? He has to hit at least one thing. I think that this guy might be the savior. To him, not scaling might be just more skunk. Maybe? No. I was kind of hoping for something cool over here. Instead, we're doing second bird. I'm also not really super committed to second bird. We have 2 lives to spare. This is somewhat murderable. Please don't die. And then his chicks will be nice and delicious. Whoa, those are some hefty frickin' chicks. Penguin karma, we say? It keeps kicking my bird, but that's fine. The lack of the golden retriever, and by that I mean German shepherd, has also been quite injuring my dolphin's capabilities, but he has decent stats, so I feel like I don't want to get rid of all of them. Yes. A melon is good. I was hoping for something better. My hope was denied. Life is stinky. I could give someone a croissant, or I could say, F you, croissant, anything else. Like more tigers? I think we might die today, but we could also just not go against an enemy hippo. Nope, that's pretty stinky. That was pretty stanky if I had to say so myself. And this guy's not doing crap, my dude keeps dying. It was close. It was close. It was not really close in this particular case, but the stupid jellyfish out here like doing things, and the monkey. Did the monkey get changed in the updates? First daily game, of course. It's still 9 wins. Cone snail. Let's have more dudes, how about that? I would take all of these guys. It's a lucky first turn. Ooh, and some duplets. Some duplication right in my first shop. Ah, you shouldn't have. Grumpy smartphones, grumpy scallywags. They're pirates and they're grumpy because it literally sucks to be a pirate. Who can blame them? That's why nobody does that nowadays. We're all just boatmen, fishermen. We don't call them pirates, right? Because they have to steal to do that. I guess it could still exist. Victory for me. Undead stickers. As if stickers are normally not dead, or as if stickers are stickers of zombies. Definitely slap those on the back of a middle schooler's laptop, you know? Some undead zombies. Plants vs. Zombies. Never played it. Know it's popular. For Halloween! Ah! I will say, out of all the Halloween things we could have been doing, stickers probably isn't the most opportune, just because it's kind of permanent. Like, obviously you could remove them, but I, for one, have sticker anxiety, where if I ever get a sticker that's really cute, I cannot use them. They will stay on the sticky thing forever, because I just have I don't know where to put them. I won't put them on something that's technology, because I'm like, I want to keep that clean. But I have nothing else that feels like I'm not going to throw it away soon, such that I'd be like, yep, that sticker, that's a worthy placement, so I just don't use them. Woohoo! Level today! It's actually the time to do that, too. So this guy's actually quite nice, but, like, oh, there's no pills, though. The lack of pills means that the ox is only natural. He's only a natural ox. So, which makes you think, then buy this guy. But again, I have no pills. And you're gonna buy stuff. You're gonna be switching stuff off for the first few turns. I guess it's kind of like Salamander is just a dude who gives himself 2 attack per turn. Which is better than the yak. As long as you're selling stuff. It's not horrible. This guy doesn't matter. The only reason this guy matters is the fact that he has health right now. I'll do this. I don't want you. Roll once. Somebody with a start of battle. Start of turn. Not the same thing. Life sucks. I'm not going to level that guy. I guess we're just rolling for no reason. Well, there was no reason. Until I got a fish. Until I got a freaking fish, and now it's beautiful. You almost killed me, you dirty dog. It's fine. It's less fine. It's not fine. I changed my mind. Stop hitting me. We saved the fish level for I can still buy it today, actually. I'm just gonna wait to level that until tomorrow. And this guy can also level tomorrow, which means I'm gonna buy a shrimp because I have nothing else to do here. It goes on you. Large fish in the back. Probably should move him up. I like big dudes fighting in front more. Ah. It's not a happy one. The grumpy scallywags are grumpy for a reason. It's because we're stinky. We're pirates who literally are like refusing to steal things. Levels for free. Actually, it cost $3. I was wrong. So Hippo is cheating. However, I didn't get to 10 wins. I only got to 9 wins. So his technical banning, I don't think it falls through. And you know what? He goes so good behind Cone Snail, and then these guys get to kiss, and they're like, thank you for letting us kiss. We've been waiting so gosh darn long. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's throw a toy on that. Delicious. Melon armor. Oh, you know what's lame? I'm not going to switch this guy to front today because I do want the Cone Snail, but that means we're going to have to do a non-Cone Snail run next time, which is unfortunate. A sheep is always just kind of like a dandy little dude. A friendly toy broke, resummon it, and gain +1 attack. I have never run a toy build such that I cared to do this. But I could have everyone have melon in 6 turns or something. I think that would take too long. But I'll save it because maybe I actually like it more than that guy. And like this fish is going nowhere, so I could replace this fish probably. Some peeps just be born big. They were born to be muscular, you know? Like some people have like a body type that's just meant to be like in the olden days pulling a cart with manual labor, and it's like jamming. That's a jammin' body type. It looks strong and mighty. It looks like it's prepared to do things. Unlike other people's body types, such as myself, which looks like I'm prepared to like pass out. I don't know if it's just because people were wearing those, it's not a girdle. They say that those like things that tighten the girls' waists in the fancy places. And they were like, people kept passing out and dying because they couldn't breathe because they were wearing a corset. But I also have seen people say that it's actually really overblown how often people wore corsets back there and how tight they were. That wasn't really the case. Maybe everyone just kept dying of heartbreak because they all had secret diseases that they didn't know about. Could also be the case. So if I want to do this double melon technology, it's now time. You know what? He never mattered. I'm gonna have this guy until... What do you do when you're leveled? 2 attack? This guy gets no better when he's leveled. He just exists because some toy dude had to be able to do this ability thing. Which is funny, because that means they added this and gain 1 attack. That's literally nothing. That's 1 attack per 2 turns, which is how long it takes one of these things to break. The only reason they put that there is so that they could have something change when he levels. Otherwise, he'd just be like a fish, where it's like, oh no, a scorpion, where it's like, doesn't change. This is what he does. This is what he was always meant to do, and he will not change. I refuse to take any sort of arguments against it. I spent $3 on a thing that's going to get overtaken next turn, but you know what? If you got it, frickin' flaunt it. Tiny little mini-me's. Some people will, it seems, specifically have children and want to become parents because they like the idea of like a small version of myself running around, is what they say. Is that weird? I didn't know that was the case. Is that a common thing? Because I thought people wanted kids because they like the idea of like, I guess, continuing the lineage, and when your life stagnates because you've got a job that you realize you're going to be working in the exact same position for like a long time post where you currently are, you suddenly realize like, crap, nothing is gonna change for me personally for the next 40 years. And you know what? If I have a kid, I can watch them change and live vicariously through that. So I thought that was the main point. People just be wanting kids. They can be like, ha, this guy looks like me. What a dinky reason to want kids. We'd also keep the Sword of Squircon to keep them sniping forever, or the Stinky Skunk. Yeah. I'm actually thinking like the melon is actually one of the worst ways that the squirrel could be effective because like whatever. But if it was like the Stingray's flashlight, that sounds amazing. Man, repetitive flashlights every 2 turns get +6/+6. You put a squirrel on there for that reason, I would say. So I want none of these, so I move. I hate all of you as well. When did I get this skunk? Did I purchase this man? Did I reach into my wallet, pull it out, and buy this guy? I didn't even notice. No. No. I'm gonna save the pair just because everything else is horrible. I'm gonna sell my salamander for this penguin, and that was the best option we had today. I would rather run 2 skunks than most of the guys currently on the team. Halloween! I wish I had this background so bad. I like the randomized backgrounds because usually for YouTube videos, I make the thumbnail the background that was in one of the games on the video, so it like changes and it keeps it colorful. But my soul just wants to have that background and just use it for all of the video, for all of October even so, but it's like, it's so limiting in color palette, but it's so pretty. We love it.